Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Leonard Lance. I represent a district in north central New Jersey, and I'm joined by my colleague and friend Michael Grimm, who represents a district in New York City, including Staten Island and Brooklyn. And I want to thank everyone for being with us today. And I particularly want to thank Barbara Geiger-Parker, the president and CEO of the Brain Injury Association of New Jersey, Michael Davis of the Brain Injury Association of West Virginia, and Craig Sears, a brain injury survivor from Connecticut. These are advocates on behalf of an important cause. I especially want to thank Patrick Donohue, the founder of the Sarah Jane Brain Foundation, for bringing this important issue to our attention. Patrick is a father who is all too familiar with the tragedy of pediatric brain injury. His daughter, Sarah Jane, who joins us today, was only 5 days old when a nurse shook her so violently that she was left with broken bones and severe brain injury. Through his foundation and in Sarah Jane's honor, Patrick has brought together the most respected scientists in the field of pediatric brain injury to find the best care and treatments. He is truly one of PABI's greatest advocates. Pediatric acquired brain injury is the leading cause of death and disability for children and young adults in the United States, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Over 765,000 American youth enter an emergency department every year with a new traumatic brain injury, while more than 80,000 youth are hospitalized and over 11,000 die annually. Pediatric acquired brain injury is caused by traumatic events such as motor vehicle and sports-related accidents, blast injuries from war, assaults, child abuse, and falls. The causes can also be non-traumatic, including strokes, brain tumors, pediatric AIDS, meningitis, infection, and substance abuse. But what we have learned in discussions with many advocates, we're also joined by Diane Gooch of New Jersey, a tremendous advocate in this regard, with advocates representing families and experts not only in New Jersey but across the nation, is that systems of care vary from state to state, from school district to school district, and from medical facility to medical facility. And this is true across the nation. And that's why today we are announcing the introduction of legislation called the National Pediatric Acquired Brain Injury Plan Act, or PABI Act for short. This legislation seeks to develop a national model system of care and treatment for all children suffering from pediatric acquired brain injuries. If passed by Congress, the act would create centers of excellence in every state. These centers would facilitate care, work to improve rehabilitative services in the community, and use research to understand better the effects of the neurological insults on the developing brain. The legislation will cover the entire continuum of care, from prevention, treatment in acute medical facilities, reintegration back into schools, communities, and homes, and then transitioning into an adult system of greater independent living. This is a truly bipartisan effort. We already have members on both sides of the aisle, Democratic members as well as Republican members, who are interested in this cause. And for example, we have Larry Kissel of North Carolina, who has indicated that he is interested. Greg Harper of Mississippi, Congressman Grimm, who will be speaking next, Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas, Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia. And so I am honored that this is a truly bipartisan effort, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Congressman Grimm from the great city of New York.